What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you today on the Speaknsee Show. I ask you to like and subscribe and click that notification button so when I get information out, you can get information in. Look, we are going to go over a few things right now regarding the EIDL grants, your $10,000 EIDL grants, and why we didn't get them, what we need to do in order to get them, and also a few areas of interest that should be surrounding this regarding your politicians in that area. Say Ben Cardin, the Small Business Entrepreneurship Committee, he's the chairman of that. Rand Paul, who's the vice chairman. And then we've got the committee with Nydia Velasquez for small businesses and Luca Meyer. We're going to talk about them as well. But first thing we need to realize here is that with the physical infrastructure bill, what we had seen on the Congress floor, that once this bill got passed, the EIDL $10,000 grant was supposed to get wiped. And that money was supposed to go to the RRF, the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. That never happened. Why didn't that happen? There was no explanation. There's no, where's that money? Why aren't the restaurants getting this money? Because right now, everybody in the policy map that's in that area, I mean, everybody, 95% of the people who got it, or 99%, maybe even more than that, that have gotten it, and that's it. So they're now looking to take the rest of the surplus, and where's that going to go? Probably to the new infrastructure bill. Who knows? But here's what I'm trying to get with this is that since that money is still there until the end of the year, it will be for the $10,000 EIDL grants. If you're in a low-income community, you can still get that. If you haven't gotten it because you're not in a low-income community, then you're not going to, because they didn't change any of the legislation. We need S513 on the floor. Now would be a good time for Jackie Rosen to get this bill out on the floor, because it's getting close to that bill being crunch time as far as the EIDL grants go, and being wiped away. She could step out and be a hero here. Now, I want to put this out, because where we're seeing what we saw in Virginia and New Jersey with the elections that had just come up is the Republicans are taking it. They're taking it away. They're taking back the Senate. They're going to be taking back the House, and they're going to be taking back both of them come 2022 elections. A lot of people are saying, well, it's because the black people are voting, or the white people are voting this way, or the Latinos are voting. It's not that. I'm going to tell you right where it is right now. It's the small businesses that are voting right now, that are so frustrated with the Democrats because of what they said they were going to do that they didn't. Now, we remember we put Warnock in office in Georgia. Warnock and, who was it, Loeffler? I forget. But the two Democrats that replaced the two Republicans in Georgia were saying that we're going to get the $10,000 EIDL grants for you. I remember I called the office of Warnock. I called him, and they said, yes, we're on board with that. Just like Ben Cardin was saying, he was on board. Pelosi, Schumer, all the bigwigs, and Maxine Waters, all of them were saying that they were on board with, yes, getting your $10,000 EIDL grants. They didn't mention to us back then that, oh, we're only going to pick and choose who we're going to give it to. They didn't say that. They were saying, EIDL, your $10,000 EIDL grants will be given to you. They tried nitpicking who they wanted to give it to, and it didn't work. It backfired on them, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, here is our opportunity right now knocking on the door. If we don't take the opportunity, which we're seeing right now, to get that $10,000 EIDL grant put back into legislation before the end of the year, before December 31st, we are missing a balloon of opportunity here. We need to get S513 on the floor. We need Jackie Rosen to step up. John Cornyn, where are you? You notice nobody said anything. They've all been very hush-hush about S513 or even the EIDL grants since the new president came on board last year, when they were all telling us, yes, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. Now, they need to step up. Schumer knows it. They all know it because of the elections that just happened in New Jersey and Virginia. If we're going to discount that election is just being a racially obscured, now that everybody's coming to the truth of reality that the Republicans were okay, really. They weren't really racist. And now the Democrats are saying, oh, we played the wrong card here. We've been trying to play the hate Trump card. Instead of getting to reality of it is where the people didn't get their money that you promised them. That's why the Democrats won the election, because they were making all these promises. And one of the biggest promises to the small businesses was, look, you're going to get your EIDL loans, more money for your EIDL loans, which they did. Congratulations, hats off for that. But also for those that did not want to take a loan, or that cannot afford to go into debt for a loan, they wanted their EIDL grant that was promised to them, and the Democrats were saying, we're going to get that for you. They even come up with the S513 in the beginning of the year to hype it up. But here's the deal: is they didn't come through with any of the promises, and they saw it at the voting polls. Ben Cardin, you're in trouble. Ben Cardin is in humongous trouble. I know he's in a highly Democrat state, but you know how many businesses are in Washington, D.C.? It's loaded. And you know how many of those businesses are not in low-income communities? It's loaded with nice communities in Washington, D.C. that didn't get their money that other people were. And we're seeing, and the business owners aren't about who gets what and why are they getting what, why are they getting it and we're not. Why aren't we all getting it? They don't understand the tight-knit community that small business has with each other. We're a tighter group with small businesses than we are with the government. That's just point blank. We pay taxes, more taxes than anybody in the world comes from the small business and the large corporations. It's businesses in America. So what I'm trying to say here is we need to get with, one, we need to get with Ben Cardin. Two, we need to get with Jackie Rosen if we really want to push this EIDL grant issue for all businesses, because we haven't gotten it yet, and we're really furious with it because I'm tired of all these people that we've seen on YouTube. Jason McElhone and me are really the only two that have fought for this. Shout out to Jason McElhone, a fighter. And we've been fighting for this, and we almost got all of it for everybody. We got some of it out there. We've got a lot of it. There's billions of dollars out there because of the fight that has been had. The war, the struggle is real. The fight that has been won has gotten $1 billion out, but the bigger fight has been lost. And that's the majority of this EIDL grant did not get to you. If you're watching this, it probably didn't get to you, and that's what really upsets us. So what we need to do is we need to get back on our toes here. We need to get back in fight mode. We need to get back into calling Schumer, calling Cardin. We were all over him until all these other channels out there were just saying, okay, well, this is what the SBA is going to do. This is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to do. This is what they're doing. And it didn't matter what we said at that point. You see, that's where we're wrong. That's where we messed up. That's where we backed off. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, no, we can't do anything. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We did. We did it once before, and we can do it again. We can go back on the offense, get our EIDL loans, call up Schumer, call up Cardin, say, Cardin, dude, call up Nadia Velasquez. If you don't give us this money that you promised us, you're gone. Point blank. And it's not time to slack off right now. Now it's time to push forward, to move forward. I will be putting that information up, a number here. I'll put it there. I'll put a number right there. I do edit once in a while. I know Jason's better at this than I am, but I need editing to get my whole point across because I'm not as good as McElhone with the camera. But anyway, I'm just going to let you know that we are not going to stop fighting for that EIDL grant because it's not the fourth quarter. It's not over yet. The fourth quarter is not over yet. Just like when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Dallas Cowboys, they've had to fight them all 4 quarters. And it wasn't over yet. I remember that game so well when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Dallas Cowboys. The Tampa Bay just kept fighting and fighting, but Dallas kept fighting back. And that's the way it is with small businesses. We're going to fight back. We are not going to go down like this. We are not just going to, we have been so soft on the SBA the last couple months, hoping that the infrastructure bill, we were waiting for the infrastructure bill, physical one, to go through, because they had said when the physical one goes through, we're going to take the EIDL grant money and give it to the restaurants. They didn't do that either. And the small businesses were like, okay, well, at least somebody's going to get it. Then we can fight from there. But they didn't. The restaurants are struggling now as well. They're not getting their money either. Problem here, man. Problem. And that problem is going to reflect on the votes. It counts on your vote because that's what they're trying to buy here. They're not trying to buy the economy. They're not trying to pump up the economy back. They're trying to get the votes. Do you not understand that? It's not about doing what's right for you. It's about doing what's right for them. So let's make them do what's right for them. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But as far as where we're at right now, there's no other option. We need to fight this. And you know what? We will win if we hang in there, if we stick in there together, as this has become a very tight group community and a strong community as well. One that we have not given up yet, and we won't until the last second ticks on the clock in the fourth quarter. And if this has to go into overtime, it goes into overtime, but we cannot give up. We've got to make our presence known once more because we have gotten quiet, people. You know, like Jason McElhone says, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? We haven't been squeaking. We have not. We've calmed down. We've tamed down. We started backing off and giving it to thinking other people had answers that the SBA was giving them and thinking we're going to be okay with those answers. It's not up to them. It's not up to them. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to each other to come together in unity where the command of blessing is and take this money back. Put it back into the hands of the working small business person out there. Whether you had one employee or whether you had 10, it don't matter. If you're a small business, it doesn't matter if you lived in the ghetto. It doesn't matter if you lived in Martha's Vineyard. You got a small business, you get the $10,000. That's the way it was supposed to be. That's the way we're going to make sure that it happens. Guys, I'm going to continue fighting for you. I ask that you like, subscribe, click the notification button so when I get more information out, you get information in. We're going to maybe start doing those live calls again to our senators and congressmen like we did before, because we were screaming a hell of a lot louder than we are now. Excuse my French. But it's time to get loud again, guys. This is your update for the day. Once again, have a blessed night. And somebody say, hey, I want my 10K.